Hey YouTube, the reason why I'm doing this video is to actually talk about the fact that you're targeted at a young age. A lot of people aren't aware that at a young age, even with you going to school, you're being a child, that there is no sympathy for you even in your childhood. You're considered as though you're an adult and you're not. So at 5 years old, they're already programming you and already giving you ideologies towards the wrong type of mindset to take control over you, to take advantage of you, and to manipulate you into a certain lifestyle in which they want you to live. We have to realize that the environment that we're in is similar to Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve was placed basically in God's vineyard. When God came back to claim what was rightfully his, which was Adam and Eve, he was prevented from claiming them. And now we're dealing with this same state happening constantly, where we're surrounded by demonic people, we're surrounded by people without a thought process, but at the same time they're acting in an angelic way, but they have been fallen, and it's taking its advantages over our youth, over us, and over many different things. I can't tell you that it was part of the plan for me to have children at a young age. We're dealing with a lot of young women that are 20 years old, you're young, you're having children, you're having all these different things, and you're having sexual relations, and you're not even old enough to be having sexual relations. This goes for men as well. But there is a plan behind that. They're introducing you to sexual relations. They're introducing you to a group of people, because I'm going to be straightforward with you and tell you, a lot of your classmates are implanted in to actually manipulate you into the brainwashing that they're already doing to you. So their job is to coerce you and to continue you along the wrong path, so that you will never actually be able to fully recover and regain your rightful place as a king, queen, man of God, woman of God, or being just a person of stature. They have already plotted out your downfall and your non-succession. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to take on your rightful place. They don't want you to have. They don't want you to emerge prosperous. Their whole ideology, mission, and goal is to keep you without. This is the form that they're coming to you in. But they're not straightforward with you like that. We want to have you follow the masses, because when you don't follow the masses, you got to be weird, you got to be crazy, and then they start to try to bully you into following the masses. And this is the thing that you're going to find later on, even in your adulthood, when you go into politics, when you're going into career-wise, when you're going into all these different things. You have those people that are pretty much the whip that's supposed to bring you into this certain type of circle that's pretty much sinful, with no presence of God present whatsoever. And it's basically them bullying you into a certain type of belief and certain type of ideology that they want you to follow and they want you to present. You guys are young. You're 20. Sometimes you're 13. Sometimes you're 8 years old, 5 years old, and they're trying to introduce sexual things into your life. That introduction is so that they can introduce you into a life into hoism. Hoism, basically, they don't have plans for you to rule when you're in hoism. Most of them are trying to be pimps. So if they're trying to be a pimp, they don't want you to be a pimp. What you think they want you to be in hoism? You can pay. You can pay the women for them. That's about the highest up you're going to get to be a trick. But you got to understand, or the men, because men really think that they're exempt from this. But you have to think further beyond that, because they're trying to introduce this stuff to you as a child. That's why they got kissing on the TV. That's why they got you obsessed with boyfriends and girlfriends and all of this stuff right here. That's why they're introducing, it's just by nature that you're sexual. That wasn't in your nature. You never had really arousal like that. The only reason why you got arousal now because of the influence that they're trying to put on you and the hormones that they're trying to sit up there and stuff into you to get you to do all kinds of ungodly, unclean, unnatural things that isn't beneficial to you. You have to actually elevate to the point where you say, okay, on certain things I'm not going to participate in. I sat up there and I thought on the bus as I'm taking my ride home this afternoon that, okay, I was a mother, and I always said I went to work to try to take care of my kids. I'm sacrificing for my kids. I'm doing stuff for my kids and for myself. Let me be real with you. I woke up to realize that the sacrifices that I was making for them weren't really beneficial to them because I really did not have time to actually spend time with them, to coach them through some things. And they were still left alone and left to the wolves. And the reason why they were left to the wolves, because guess what? When you have children at a young age, you don't get a chance to establish yourself. So you spend a lifetime trying to establish yourself, and by the time you are established and you look back at your 18, 20, and 30-year-old children, your 30-year-old children are having problems that you had, which started a generational curse because it didn't just affect you, now it's affecting them because you sat up there and you chose to make decisions that were inappropriate for your life by having kids at 20 years old and while you're in your 20s and you weren't established. You living at home with your mom. I'm established. I got my own. You living in an apartment. I got my own. I got my own apartment, my own car, my own this, my own that. You have nothing because guess what? A lot of times when you're 20 years old, you got a car payment. That's not your own car. You don't even own the car yet. So no, you're not established. You're living in an apartment. That's not your apartment. You're not established. You're sitting up here, you're dependent. You have a dependency because now you got to go on a system that is basically, and this system, and we talked about as individuals, we talk about the system all the time. The fact that in that system, there is a plot to keep you trapped in that system where you're forever dependent on that system. So if you get on Section 8, guess what? They want generational Section 8 people. They ain't say homeowners. They want generational Section 8 people. I can't tell you that in our community we had a few Freemasons that came in our community, and what they would do back in the days, they'll say, okay, if you have $5,000, you can start to own your own home. But think about it. How hard is it to come up with $5,000? You don't sell dope. You're not working. You're unemployed. And basically, you're unmotivated. You're unmotivated, unambitious, and stuff like that. And even if you are motivated, ambitious, you're trying to find a job, you're trying to do all these different things, there are still barriers that you have to go through because guess what? You're underpaid. They don't tell you about that part. Okay, for us that's highly motivated, highly ambitious, we're now coming into the fact that basically the opportunities aren't there for us to advance. And then when they are there, we're in a dumbfounded state, like Adam and Eve, surrounded by a number of demons and sinners. Demons and sinners that want you to basically be whipped into that type of group, or be whipped into unsuccessfulness, be whipped into, okay, you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, but yet and still you're not sowing seeds for your future because guess what? I'm going to be real with you. I woke up to the fact that people were stealing money out my paycheck. I'm sitting up here, I'm trying to save for my future, I'm trying to do so many different things and stuff like that. Guess what? It's kind of hard when you wake up and realize, hey, some people steal some money out your paycheck in your account. And they're not going to put it back. They don't care if you have. They only care about them having. They're takers. You have to actually come with a game plan. Stop having kids at a young age. This is one blockage that you can actually prevent from happening to you. Establish yourself first. I got my own house. This house is paid off for. I'm not sexually active until I have a house that's paid for. I'm not having sex with anybody until I have a car, multiple, in the yard that is paid for, where if one breaks, I can get into the other one. If the other one breaks, I can get into that. I'm not having sex with a person until I have a bank account that's over $1 million. When you start putting those type of standards on yourself, and you say, okay, well, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, and you refuse to heal or yield to anybody, then you'll see a difference. But I'm going to be real with you. I want you to take it a step higher, because once you reach that level, I want you to continue doing what you're doing, not being sexually active, not dating, not doing any of that stuff, and say, okay, how can I become an empire? Because it's very rare that you see solo empires. It's very rare that you see people that it's the jack of all trades and the master of all trades. Because guess what? They got the ones that surrounding you, them demonic and Satan people. Yeah, they the jack of all trades. They the master of all trades. But guess what? They don't want you to master nothing. They don't want you to have ownership of nothing. They don't want you to ever have. So the first trick that they give you, okay, the first trick that they're going to play on you, they want you to have sex. That way they can either disease you or impregnate you, or you impregnating somebody else and being full of disease. So now you're trapped. So the moment that you say no to them to that, okay, you done killed that part. Okay, I reclaimed the part of my future by just not having sex at all. But it extends further than that. Now I got to make good judgment calls, because now I got to deal with the universal law. Then that's when they come at you. They want you to do harm to other people, steal from other people, take from other people. Take the 10 Commandments seriously, because these are traps. These people have built religion on theft, on lying. There's a religion. The Book of All Lies is a form of a religion these people serve. Saying they lie constantly. They say this is the only way they prosper, if they lie to people. They say we can never prosper if we were to tell you the truth, because if we were to tell you the truth, you would change your actions, your behavior, your ideology, the things that you do. So they like to keep you dumb and unchanging. Dumb and unchanging. Generation after generation after generation. And if you're not dumb and unchanging, the next step is to keep you enslaved, where you're working for somebody else, generation after generation after generation. And why? It's because the lack of establishment and the fact that you're having kids at a young age, out of wedlock, no potential to actually get married, nobody focused, nobody doing what they're supposed to do. This is how they keep us trapped. We have to elevate. We have to change things. Trust me, you're going to find people that's trying to torture you and take you through. They just sit there and jug you with needles and all kinds of stuff, trying to torture you and take you through. They're calling themselves demons. Let me tell you the true meaning of a demon. They're not demons. That means that they lack control of oneself. So they don't even have control of themselves. What they're saying is, I don't have control of myself. Somebody else do. And the person that has control of me is a devil. And it's controlling me. And I can't stop abusing you. I can't stop doing what I do to you, because there's somebody else forcing me to do it, even when I don't want to do it. And yet and still I think that it's me doing it on my own, and I have my own thoughts and my own ideologies and my own behaviors, when it's a lie. You don't. They want to compel you to hate people that you don't hate. They want to sit up there and have you doing stupid stuff because the person didn't give you what you want, or maybe something that you would like to have. I'm telling you, these people try to compel you to do all kinds of evil without motive. Stuff you would let go, you won't let it go. Why? Because, and the stuff that you need to hold to, you won't hold to. Because guess what? They trying to tell you, oh, you need to learn to forgive and forget. No, I don't want you to forgive and I don't want you to forget. Because guess what? You're forcing other people to forgive them and forget what they did to them. And that's not fair to them. Your forgiveness causes a chain reaction of forgiveness. You need to stop forgiving these people. Tell them to bring fruit worthy of repentance. Bring fruit worthy of repentance. God got you. Bring fruit worthy of repentance. And I guarantee you, they'll stop coming in your face asking you to forgive them, and they'll get on. They'll go somewhere. Either you show me you want forgiveness, don't tell me no more, because verbally I can't believe nothing a person say, because y'all come from Satan, so all y'all do is lie. That's part of y'all religion, that lying. That's the reason why God say, thou shalt not bear false witness. Not just against one another. Stop bearing false witness altogether. If this is what you see, say it how it is, and bear that as a witness. Whether it's your truth or somebody else's truth, or you under the veil or not under the veil, just tell it as your truth. This is what I was in observation of. And guess what? A lot of times we don't know, but so up top, so underneath. What we see under this veil, so do we see in real life. A lot of times they think, oh, well, we just sin still. It's nothing. Or whatever. We comatose. Let me tell you something. That comatose stage will tell you things that's going on in the world that you never thought was going on in the world, because it ain't changed much from generation to generation to generation. So at this point, be careful. The first thing you want to do, I'm giving you a key here. You can take the key. You don't have to take the key. Take the key or don't take it. First thing, stop having kids at a young age. You shouldn't be having kids in your 20s. You shouldn't be having kids at these young ages. You shouldn't even be sexually active at these young ages. You should not be partaking in certain things at these young ages. Stop watching people kissing on TV. Stop watching the scandals that they have on TV. Start living your life. Stop watching TV. When you start turning that TV off and you say, I'm finna start living my life, I'm finna start living my truth, you'll see a difference. Watch only things that benefit you. If it's cooking, that's a skill. That can benefit you one time. If you stand up there, you learning how to heal people, that's a skill. That can benefit you at some point in some time. You're going to benefit somebody with these skills. Whether it's yourself or somebody outside. Look, cooking a cake. Well, I can cook a cake the right way. That can benefit me. But at the same time, it can benefit some other people too. They might be happy to get that cake. But at the same time, stop looking at things that is unbeneficial to you and taking it into your spirit. Because that's what people want you to do. But they don't want you to actually reap a harvest of happiness. They don't want you to reap a harvest of completion. They don't want you to have. Everything is set up for you not to have. Everything is set up for you not to prosper. Everything is set up for you to be in a trap, unsuccessful. We break those generational curses by actually taking things into our spirit. I don't want to hang around the same friends that I used to hang around. Why? Because all my friends are headed down the same path. I sit up there, I work at a school right now, they doing like a Leader in Me program, right? And I'm sitting up here and I'm thinking about the tools that they teaching, and we try to teach it to the children. We trying to reach out to the kids and stuff like that. The other day, we had this section. I want to know how organized you are, how's this and how's that, and stuff like that, to see where you are and see the things that you need to do to actually bring a good outcome. And the craziest thing, half of them don't even want to participate in it. Why? Because they think it's stupid. They think it's white people stuff. They think, oh, you're trying to teach us how to be white. I can't tell you that one of my students sat up there and looked at me, and I'm African American. I'm not even African American. I'm American, period, because I was born here in America. I wasn't born in Africa. I'm American. But at the same time, I'm of the same complexion as him. I'm pretty much mixed breed, because I have all these different cultures that's connected to me, and all these different people that's connected to me that makes up my bloodline. And I'm sitting here and he says, okay, you ain't black. And I say, well, why am I not black? Oh, you're not black because black people steal. Black people do this. Black people do that. But this is the craziest thing. This is what he has observed his whole life, was those generational curses that biblically God says is not appropriate. So he thinks that anybody that's not doing the inappropriate thing isn't what they supposed to be. And here I am, a woman of God, looking at him like, hey man, that's part of that book of lies that they sold to us. That's part of that thing that because guess what? When I see you saying this and me and you of the same complexion, and I know that you can steal from me, I know that you will put chains and shackles on me too. I know that you will do some harm to me, and I really don't want to be around you. Because I'm waking up to the fact, okay, more religious people, more people of God, they do more harm to the innocent than they do to the guilty. And they can be enemies, but they don't even try their own enemies like the way they'll try an innocent person. Because they feel like there is no consequences or repercussions behind the action. And that includes our crooked law enforcement. And God forbid that the ones that sit in office or in an official position as law enforcement and trying to do the right thing, we go through more hell than anybody else. We go through hell at home, on the job, everywhere we move, we go through hell because we're trying to do it the right way. So God forbid that, and now we got the crooked, so-called demonic. Yeah, you demonic, all right. Somebody puppeteer in your tail. Keep sticking with the Pied Piper, because we know you ain't the devil. You ain't the one running stuff. You the demon that listening to other people and they running you. Aping it. The man. You the man, all right. You the man, all right. You the monkey. Stop monkeying yourself, because we got them in all colors. White monkeys, red monkeys, we got them all. You name the culture, they in there. We got some monkeys just like you, some demons just like you. And the only way we're going to change this ideology that whatever's behind these monkeys and demons keep putting out is if we start to enlighten ourselves. So now we got an education system. But the education system you consider weird, stupid, and dumb if you want to learn something. And God forbid our young men that's trying to get it, they going to automatically be called stupid because they trying to get it. And I want you young men to stand up and start realizing you are not stupid because you're trying to educate yourself. You're smart. They're using tricks and tactics to stop you from educating yourself. I can't tell you. I'm sitting there. I'm on IXL. Kid you not. Y'all probably think I'm playing. I'm on IXL. I'm answering some of the questions right. I still get them wrong. This is a program. They done infiltrated the people program. The people program wasn't set up like that. The people program wasn't set up like that. And I have to push past that, the fact that you want to say that I'm wrong, and know what I press, because sometimes they'll even say I pressed the wrong number or something like that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Honestly, I'm a woman of God. I won't lie. Sometimes I do. And sometimes I don't. I'm like, I know what I pressed. I know what I did and stuff like that. But all this is tactics to stop you from pushing forward. You know it, claim it. You know it, push through it. I can't tell you, I was in college and I wrote my essay and I took my essay down there, let the people sit up there, proofread it, help me rewrite it and everything. I wanted it to be perfect so I can get a good grade. Guess what I got on it? A D. No, it was a C. They gave me a C. They gave me a C. In the class, I think I got a D or a C. That's to stop you from pursuing of your education. That's to stop you from doing what you have to do for yourself. Men, I need you not to break. I need you not to fold. Women, I need you not to break. I need you not to fold. I need you not to be given into certain things. I need you to pick back up the word of God, and I need you to wear it like an armor. I need you to do what God said do and actually make it possible. This goes to my children. This goes to my son. I'm going to be real with you. Y'all around here trying to have babies. Let me be real with you. The only thing that's good about being a baby mama is the child. And the child is innocent. And by the time life gets through with you and that child won't be no more. Stop playing yourself. Tighten up. Do what you're supposed to do. Stop being sexually active. Stop being stupid for people. And woman and man up and take on the armor of God. Take on the word of God. Start reading it. I can't tell you, God actually showed me when he said vengeance is mine, because I was like, no, vengeance is mine. It's mine. And then God reminded me, say, remember the time I swept through and I dealt with your enemy? It's going to be the same way it was back then. They didn't even know that I was coming. Dealt with it. All those people that was nasty to people, all those people that was wronging people, all those people that was mean to people, all those people that was mean to you. Dealt with them. We really need to refocus, rebuild that foundation, buckle down, focus on your education. It's free right now. Pretty soon they're gonna try to charge for everything. They charge me for everything. Any and everything. Any and everything. There's nothing really free for me out here. Even the free places you go, it ain't free out there. So you better know what you're dealing with. Somebody paying the cost for you. God, somebody paying the cost. Some people paying a whole lot more than what you think they paying. So ain't nothing out here free. When you sit up there and all that food start going to the pantries and stuff like that, guess what? Prices sometimes go up in the store. Because they trying to feed multitudes and the food's being wasted and it's outdated and all this different stuff, and they're trying to do a multitude of different things, and sometimes there's a price inflation for them just trying to sit up there and assist. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes the prices go down. We never know how it's going to go from time to time, depending on how the government's running, depending on how much help they can get, depending on this, depending on that. But I will say this much: we need to sit up there and we need to start supporting our people in the appropriate manner and trying to assist and help our people in the right way. It's not going to be easy. None of these battles are going to be easy. None of this stuff that we're going through are going to be easy. None of this stuff that's happening today is easy for one to bear. We're going to have to sit up there. We're going to go through a lot in the next couple of years to bring about a change in certain things. Hopefully these words encourage you. Stop having kids at a young age. The worst thing you're going to want to hear is them say, Mommy, you wasn't there for me. And Mommy wasn't there for you probably because she's sitting up there, she's dating a boyfriend. You don't see the boyfriend blocking you from looking out for your children. You get what I'm saying? So you're so focused on the man that you can't see the children. And even if you're not focused on the man, it's still something going on with those kids, that's something blocking you from there. If it's not the job, it's something. And I'm not telling you not to work. You're going to have to get out there and you're going to have to work. What I am telling you is leave them kids where they at and not create them so that you can work and you can work in peace. And you can have a peace of mind while you're doing what you have to do for yourself and not have to be weighed down with all these million heads of kids. If you have one, that's fine. Just keep pushing through it. However many you have so far, keep pushing through. You can't change the past, but you can change that right now. Right now, I can change my present, which will affect my past. My kids' attitude will change because I'm changing my present. My kids' behavior will change because I'm changing my present. My kids can now view me in a respectable light because I'm changing my present. But guess what? If we never change that present, we will never have. And I hope these words have encouraged you. I know you really don't want to listen to my lecture. It's kind of long, but at the same time, it's with the will of God in there. And remember, You just like Adam and Eve. Don't be deceived. Their whole focus and their whole motive is to deceive you into believing that, okay, God's where they at, and God is not going to dwell amongst a whole bunch of demons and sinful people. He ain't going to do it. He is not going to do it. He's in constant warfare. If he in the building, he in constant warfare if they demonic and sinful. So you make sure you stay out of those places. Nightclubs. You out there, you want to party in the nightclub. You want to go to massage parlors where you know that there's whorism going on. You want to go to all these different places. First thing you got to do, you got to remove yourself from them places. Some people's spirits will rub off on you. The fact that them just touching you rub evil spirits off on you. I can't tell you how many times I have been in the warfare spiritually for my innocence. Because I be dog if I done sat up here and did all these years for nothing. So please, people, be careful with yourself. Guard yourself. Guard your family. Guard your children. This is part of my ministry, Self and Family Ministry, Self and Family Incorporated. You guys, remember, I'm here to support, to give a helping hand, to minister, to give you wisdom. Hopefully you guys stay blessed with it. Peace.